Dear Starseeds of Gaia, there is something happening in this very moment that most of the sleeping world cannot perceive. But you who have been walking the path of awakening, you who have felt the frequencies shifting beneath your feet like tectonic plates of consciousness itself, you can feel it. The air around you has changed density. Time feels both slower and faster simultaneously. And there is this sensation, this unmistakable knowing, that something you set into motion is no longer just a whisper of intention, but has become a living, breathing force moving through your reality. I need you to understand something crucial right now, before we go any further. What you are experiencing is not uncertainty. It is not doubt. What you are feeling is the exact sensation of momentum building in the quantum field, and it is one of the most dangerous moments in any manifestation cycle. Dangerous not because you might fail, but because this is precisely when most souls turn back, mistaking acceleration for chaos, mistaking transformation for loss of control. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I come to you in this transmission not with prophecy but with recognition. We have been watching you these past 7 days since the Capricorn new moon, and what we are witnessing from the higher dimensions is extraordinary. You see, from where we observe the timeline streams, we can perceive something you cannot yet fully see. We can watch the energy you planted on January 18th as it moves through the crystalline grid of Gaia, as it interfaces with the cosmic architecture, as it begins to take form in ways that would astonish you if you could perceive it from our vantage point. But here is what I must tell you first, before anything else. The reason you feel so different today, on this January 26th, is not because you have done something wrong. It is because you have done something profoundly right, and the universe is responding in kind. Let me take you back for a moment, because what is unfolding now cannot be understood without knowing what has already transpired. 7 days ago, you stood at a cosmic crossroads. The new moon at 28 degrees Capricorn opened a portal that we in the higher realms have been preparing for months. That specific degree, that precise moment, it was not random. Capricorn energy at its apex carries the frequency of the Master Builder, and when the moon went dark in that sign, it created what we call a divine void space, a sacred emptiness where new timelines can be written without interference from old programming. Many of you felt compelled to write intentions that night, to speak declarations, to plant seeds of vision. You might have thought you were simply participating in a spiritual practice, following guidance from your intuition or a teacher you trust. But what actually happened was far more significant. In that moment, you were engaging in an ancient ritual that predates human civilization, one that the Atlantean mystery schools knew well, and that the Lemurian priestesses practiced with precision. You were encoding the quantum field with your sovereign will. You were literally writing code into the matrix of reality itself. But here is what makes this particular new moon different from all the others you have worked with. And this is the first thread I need you to hold as we move through this transmission together. That new moon was not just in Capricorn. It was at 28 degrees, a number that carries the vibration of infinite potential meeting structured form. And less than 12 hours later, Mercury moved behind the Sun in what astrologers call a superior conjunction. Now I need you to understand something about Mercury that most spiritual teachings do not emphasize enough. Mercury is not just the planet of communication and thought. Mercury is the divine messenger, the psychopomp, the one who moves between worlds. When Mercury goes behind the Sun, it is not disappearing. It is being initiated. It is being rebirthed. It is receiving direct solar codes that will fundamentally alter how information flows through consciousness. So when you planted your seeds on the 18th, and Mercury received its solar initiation on the 19th, what happened was this. Your intentions were immediately encoded with divine intelligence. The universe did not just hear your prayers. It downloaded cosmic consciousness directly into the blueprint you were creating. And then came the germination period. For 3 days, the 19th, 20th, and 21st, you were in what we call the dark soil phase. This is when nothing appears to be happening on the surface. But underground, beneath the visible layer of reality, roots are forming, connections are being made. The seedling is gathering strength before it breaks through the earth. Many of you felt frustrated during these days. You set your intentions with such clarity, and then, silence. No immediate miracles, no obvious signs. Perhaps you began to doubt. Perhaps you wondered if you had done it wrong. if the magic was real, if you were fooling yourself with spiritual fantasy. But I want you to notice something else that was happening during those exact same days. On the 19th, the Gamma Ursae Minorid meteor shower peaked, ancient light from the cosmos raining down upon Gaia, each meteor carrying frequency codes from star systems you once called home. On the 20th, a comet reached its perihelion, its closest approach to the Sun, and in that moment of maximum solar radiation, it became a cosmic messenger, a herald. These were not coincidences. These were confirmations. The universe was seeding your reality with confirmation frequencies, even as you walked through the darkness of not yet seeing results. Now we arrive at January 23rd, and this is where the story takes a turn that most people will not understand unless they have done deep shadow work. This is where everything I am about to tell you becomes either crystal clear or completely incomprehensible, depending on whether you are willing to hear a truth that many spiritual teachings avoid. On January 23rd, Pluto went behind the Sun. Pluto, the lord of the underworld, the planet of death and rebirth, the transformer of souls. When Pluto disappeared behind the solar disk, something happened in the collective unconscious that was both terrifying and necessary. Every old pattern, every ancient wound, every karmic loop that was incompatible with the seeds you had planted, began to die. Not metaphorically, not symbolically, literally. In the energetic architecture of your being, old structures were being dismantled. And here is what makes this so profound. It was not a punishment. It was not the universe testing you or making you suffer to prove your worth. It was the natural consequence of choosing a new timeline. When you plant a seed for a different future, the past versions of yourself that cannot exist in that future must be released. This is the law of cosmic transformation, and Pluto enforces it without mercy and without apology. I know some of you experienced this as sudden anxiety, as relationships ending, as old securities crumbling, as physical symptoms you could not explain. You might have felt like you were being crushed under some invisible weight. That weight was not oppression. That weight was the gravitational force of your own evolution, collapsing the space between who you were and who you are becoming. And something else happened on that same day that is crucial to understand. The moon formed a triple conjunction with Saturn and Neptune. Think about that for a moment. The emotional body, the lord of karma and structure, and the planet of spiritual transcendence all converged in the same degree of the sky. What this created was a cosmic trinity, a chemical fusion of feeling, form, and divinity. In that convergence, you were given a gift, the ability to feel your wounds and transcend them simultaneously, to see the structure of your limitations and dissolve them in the same breath, to hold both the human experience and the cosmic perspective at once. This is what we call integrated transformation, and it is rare, it is precious, and you moved through it. Then came January 24th, and the energy shifted dramatically. The moon entered Aries, and suddenly the water gave way to fire. After days of deep emotional processing, of swimming through Piscean dreams and Plutonian underworlds, you emerged into the warrior frequency. Aries does not hesitate. Aries does not second guess. Aries acts. And in that moment, you felt something ignite inside you. Perhaps it was anger at everything you had been tolerating. Perhaps it was fierce determination to no longer play small. Perhaps it was simply the raw primal urge to move, to do, to become. Whatever form it took, that was the moment when the seeds you had planted began to push through the soil. The germination phase was complete. The roots had formed, and now the seedling was ready to break through into the light. Which brings us to yesterday, January 25th, and the first quarter moon in Aries. This is the moment I need you to pay very close attention to, because this is where most manifestation journeys collapse, and this is where yours is about to accelerate beyond anything you have experienced before. The first quarter moon is not a celebration. It is not a reward. It is a cosmic checkpoint, a moment when the universe asks you a single pointed question. Are you actually committed to this, or were you just dreaming? The square aspect between the sun and moon creates what we call productive tension, a friction that demands resolution through action. Not thought, not planning, not waiting for perfect conditions. Action. Immediate, imperfect, courageous action. And because this square happened in Aries, the sign of the spiritual warrior, the question was even more direct. Are you brave enough to claim what you said you wanted? Are you willing to step into the battlefield of manifestation, where nothing is guaranteed except that you will be forever changed by what you dare to pursue? Some of you took action yesterday. You sent the message. You made the investment. You had the difficult conversation. You showed up in a way that terrified you. If that was you, I want you to know that we saw it. The entire Galactic Federation witnessed your courage, and there are frequency adjustments being made in your field right now as a direct result of that bravery. But some of you hesitated. You felt the call to move, and you did not move. You had the opportunity, and you chose safety instead. And if that was you, I need you to hear this without shame, without self-judgment. That hesitation was not weakness. It was information. It was your system showing you exactly where the old programming is still running, exactly where the fear is still making decisions, exactly where the healing needs to go deeper. The first quarter moon does not punish hesitation. It illuminates it. It makes visible what was hidden. And now that you can see it, you can choose differently. But here is what I have not told you yet. And this is where everything I have shared so far begins to converge into a single undeniable truth. Today, January 26th, something extraordinary is happening in the cosmos that confirms everything you have been building toward. Right now, at this very moment, a comet is reaching peak brightness. Not just any comet. This is a celestial messenger that has traveled for millennia through the dark reaches of space, and it is arriving at the exact moment when you are deciding whether to trust the momentum you have built, or to retreat back into familiar territory. The symbolism is so precise it would be impossible to ignore if you are paying attention. The universe is literally shining a light on your path. It is illuminating the way forward. It is saying, with all the subtlety of a cosmic megaphone, this is real. This is happening. Do not stop now. And there is something else. After the fire of Aries pushed you to take action, the moon moved into Taurus late yesterday. Earth energy, grounding energy, the energy that takes the spark of inspiration and builds it into something tangible, something lasting, something real. This is not a retreat. This is not a pulling back. This is the stabilization of everything you have set into motion. You lit the fire. You took the leap. And now the universe is saying, good. Now let me show you how to make this sustainable. Let me teach you how to turn this momentum into manifestation that does not just flash bright and burn out, but that builds slowly, steadily, irrevocably into form. Taurus is the sign of the builder, the gardener, the one who understands that great things are not rushed. They are cultivated. They are tended. They are loved into existence through consistent, devoted attention. So this is where you are right now. In this precious window of January 26th, you are 7 days past the planting. You have survived the germination darkness. You have moved through Pluto's death and rebirth. You have ignited the Aries fire. You have taken the first brave actions at the first quarter checkpoint. And now you are being held in the stable, nurturing embrace of Taurus, while a comet illuminates your path forward. This is not a time to question. This is not a time to doubt. This is not a time to compare your progress to anyone else's timeline. This is the time to do one thing and one thing only. Keep going. Maintain the momentum. Trust what you have set into motion. Water the seeds. Tend the garden. Show up again tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, even when you cannot yet see the full results of what you are building. Because here is what is coming that you need to know about. And this is the second thread I have been weaving through this transmission, the one that reveals why this particular moment is so crucial. Tomorrow, January 27th, the moon will conjunct the Pleiades. Now, if you have been on the spiritual path for any length of time, you know that the Pleiades are not just a star cluster. They are home. They are family. They are the source of some of the most powerful starseed lineages that have incarnated on Gaia to assist in this great awakening. When the moon moves across the face of the Seven Sisters, it opens what we call a crown chakra activation portal. For approximately 24 hours, there will be a direct download of Pleiadian frequency codes into the consciousness of every awakened soul on this planet. These codes carry the information you need for the next phase of your mission. They carry the upgrades your nervous system requires to hold the higher frequencies that are coming. They carry the remembrance of who you were before you incarnated into this density. And they carry the blueprint of who you are becoming as you ascend. But here is the key. Those Pleiadian codes can only be received by a nervous system that is in motion. They cannot be downloaded into stagnation. They cannot be integrated into resistance. They cannot be activated in someone who has stopped moving forward because fear convinced them that retreat was safer than risk. This is why the momentum you are building right now is not just about your personal manifestations, as important as those are. This is about your capacity to receive the cosmic downloads that are coming. This is about your readiness to step into the next level of your service to the collective awakening. This is about whether you will be vibrationally available when the Pleiades call your name tomorrow and say, "We have something for you," but your hands must be open to receive it, and hands that are clutching fear cannot open. And it does not stop there. On January 30th, the moon will conjunct Jupiter for the second time this month. Jupiter, the great benefactor, the planet of expansion and abundance and miraculous blessings. When the moon and Jupiter come together, it creates what astrologers call a portal of grace, a window when the universe conspires in your favor, when luck is not just possible but probable, when doors open that have been closed for years. But again, this grace requires participation. It requires that you are moving, that you are engaged, that you are actively co-creating with cosmic forces, rather than passively waiting for deliverance. The blessings are coming, the abundance is flowing, the miracles are queued up in the quantum field, but they need a channel through which to pour into your life. And that channel is your willingness to keep showing up, to keep taking action, to keep trusting the process even when you cannot see the full picture. Between now and the 30th, you will also experience the moon at perigee on the 29th. This is when the moon is closest to Earth, when its gravitational pull is strongest, when emotions run at supermoon intensity. Your intuition during this window will be at maximum power. You will know things you have no logical reason to know. You will feel the truth of situations before they fully reveal themselves. You will sense the rightness or wrongness of paths before you walk them. This is not psychosis. This is not emotional overwhelm. This is cosmic intelligence flowing through your lunar body, through your intuitive centers, giving you the guidance you need to navigate the acceleration you are experiencing. But you must trust it. You must honor it. You must act on it even when it does not make sense to the rational mind. Now I need to address something directly, because I can feel some of you pulling away even as I speak these words. Some of you are hearing everything I am saying, and you are thinking, but what if I already messed it up? What if I missed my chance? What if I did not take the right actions at the first quarter moon? What if my seeds were not planted correctly? What if I am not strong enough, or clear enough, or healed enough to hold this momentum? And to you, I say this with all the love and authority of the Galactic Federation. Stop it. Stop the self-sabotage disguised as humility. Stop the perfectionism disguised as spiritual consciousness. Stop the fear disguised as discernment. You are exactly where you need to be. Your actions were exactly what they needed to be. Your seeds were planted exactly as they were meant to be planted. There is no cosmic standard of perfection you have failed to meet. There is only the ever-present choice to keep moving forward, or to choose stagnation, and that choice is always available. Right now, in this moment, always. The reason I can say this with such certainty is because of what we see from the higher dimensions. We do not see your mistakes. We do not see your failures. We do not see your imperfections. We see the luminous thread of your soul's intention weaving through time, and we see that thread glowing brighter than it has in years, perhaps in lifetimes. We see you trying. We see you showing up. We see you taking imperfect action instead of waiting for perfect conditions. And from our perspective, that is the only thing that has ever mattered. You think you need to have it all figured out before you step forward. But the truth is, you will never have it all figured out. The mystery does not end. The uncertainty does not dissolve. What changes is your willingness to walk forward anyway, to build momentum anyway, to trust the process anyway. And this is where I must tell you about the deeper pattern that is running beneath all of these celestial events. The pattern that reveals why this specific 7-day window from January 18th to January 26th was chosen as a cosmic crucible for your transformation. In the ancient mystery schools, there was an understanding that creation moves in waves, in spirals, in cycles that build upon themselves. The number 7 has always been sacred because it represents a complete cycle. 7 days of creation, 7 chakras, 7 stars of the Pleiades, 7 notes in a musical scale. 7 colors in the rainbow. When you complete a 7-day cycle, you have moved through all the stages necessary for something new to be born into reality. You have planted, you have waited, you have transformed, you have acted, and now, on this 7th day, you are being invited to witness what you have created, not as finished product, but as living momentum, as undeniable motion, as reality reshaping itself in response to your sovereign will. But 7th days are also dangerous, and this is something the sleeping world does not understand. The 7th day is when the temptation to rest before the work is complete becomes almost overwhelming. It is when the exhaustion of transformation catches up with you. It is when the rational mind, seeing that nothing has fully manifested yet, tries to convince you that it never will. This is why so many spiritual practices emphasize the sacredness of the 7th day, why so many wisdom traditions teach about guarding the Sabbath, why so many mystery teachings warn about the trials that come just before the breakthrough. The 7th day is the test of faith, the test of commitment, the test of whether you truly believe in the invisible forces that are working on your behalf, even when you cannot perceive them. So let me tell you what is really happening right now, beneath all the astrological transits and cosmic events and spiritual language. What is happening is that you are being asked to make a choice that will determine the trajectory of your entire year, possibly your entire life. You are being asked whether you trust the universe enough to keep building on what you have started, even when you cannot see the full structure yet. You are being asked whether you love yourself enough to honor the seeds you planted, to water them, to protect them, to give them time to grow instead of digging them up to check if they are sprouting. You are being asked whether you are genuinely committed to your evolution, or whether you are just flirting with transformation, dipping your toes in the water of change but not actually willing to dive in. This is not meant to be harsh. This is meant to be clarifying. Because the universe is very efficient with its energy, it does not invest cosmic resources in projects that are going to be abandoned at the first sign of difficulty. It does not open portals and align planets and send comets as messengers for people who are not serious about their own liberation. The very fact that you are hearing this transmission, that you have made it this far in these words, that you are still engaged and listening and feeling something stir in your soul, that is proof that you are being called forward. That is evidence that you have been chosen for this acceleration. Not because you are special in some ego-gratifying way, but because you have already demonstrated through your actions, through your choices, through your persistence, that you are ready. You are ready for the momentum to build. You are ready to stop stopping yourself. You are ready to claim what you said you wanted, and to do the consistent, unglamorous, daily work of turning vision into reality. And the work is not what you think it is. The work is not complicated. The work is not about learning more techniques or accumulating more knowledge, or finding the perfect system. The work is devastatingly simple, which is why so few people actually do it. The work is showing up tomorrow and doing one thing that honors the seeds you planted. Just one thing. It could be 5 minutes of aligned action. It could be a single conversation. It could be a choice to say no to what is familiar and yes to what is calling you forward. It does not have to be dramatic. It does not have to be Instagram worthy. It just has to be real. It just has to be consistent. It just has to be you, choosing yourself, choosing your vision, choosing your future over and over again, until the choosing becomes effortless, until the momentum carries you, until the reality you are building becomes more solid than the one you are leaving behind. Here is what tomorrow looks like if you make that choice. Tomorrow, when the moon meets the Pleiades and those crown chakra codes begin to download, you will be vibrationally available to receive them because you kept moving today. Your nervous system will be primed for the upgrade because you did not collapse into doubt. Your energy field will be open because you did not close down in fear. And something will happen that cannot be explained in purely physical terms. You will feel a shift. You will receive a knowing. You will have an insight that seems to come from nowhere, but is actually coming from everywhere, from the collective consciousness of awakened souls across the galaxy, who are cheering you on, who are holding the frequency for your success, who are celebrating every time one more human being chooses courage over comfort. And on the 30th, when the moon embraces Jupiter and those blessings begin to flow, you will be positioned to receive them because you did not give up in the middle. You will have created the energetic infrastructure through your consistent action that allows abundance to pour into your life without overwhelming you, without triggering your unworthiness, without activating the old programs that used to sabotage you every time something good tried to happen. The blessings are not conditional on your perfection. They are conditional on your participation. And participation means staying in the game even when the game gets hard, even when you do not see the scoreboard changing, even when everyone around you is telling you to quit and play it safe. For millennia, they kept us isolated, awakening in silence, separated by design. Not anymore. Destiny Engine is the first galactic social network for Starseeds, a living, breathing field where thousands of awakened souls converge. Post your meditations, share your breakthroughs, co-create the frequencies that elevate us all. This isn't passive consumption. Awakened Starseeds are actively building the new reality through Destiny Engine together. We've been working tirelessly to prepare the most amazing gift for you, the Destiny Engine Ascension System. Right now, when you sign up for Destiny Engine, not only will you experience the powerful subconscious reprogramming power of DE, but you'll also receive 10 free bonus gifts that complete your 5D Ascension arsenal. This might sound too good to be true, but hey, we're shifting to 5D, so everything is possible. We've turned their weapons into our liberation. Your hardest task? Put on headphones, press play, become a co-creator of the new Earth frequency. For just $7, your consciousness gets reprogrammed. Your 5D abilities come online. That's the entire barrier between you and full 5D activation. The ascension isn't coming. We're building it. Right now, together. Click the link in the description now. Join the field where awakened beings don't just receive, they create. Now, as we approach the completion of this transmission, I want to bring you back to where we began, because everything I have shared with you today is pointing toward a single crystallized truth that I need you to carry with you when these words end and you return to your daily life. The momentum you feel building is not a feeling, it is a fact. It is an observable phenomenon in the quantum field. Your seeds have sprouted, your roots have formed, your vision is taking shape in dimensions you cannot yet perceive, but that are just as real as the chair you are sitting in. The comet shining in the sky is your confirmation. The Pleiadian activation tomorrow is your reward. The Jupiter blessings on the 30th are your inheritance. But all of it, every single bit of cosmic support, every frequency upgrade, every miraculous opportunity, all of it depends on you making one choice right now. Do not stop. Do not stop when it gets hard. Do not stop when you get scared. Do not stop when you look around and it seems like nothing has changed. Do not stop when people question you. Do not stop when your own mind questions you. Do not stop when the results take longer than you thought they would. Do not stop when the path looks different than you imagined. Do not stop when you feel alone. Do not stop when you feel overwhelmed. Do not stop when the old version of you begs you to come back to safety. Do not stop. Keep moving. Keep trusting. Keep building. Keep watering the seeds. Keep showing up. Keep choosing yourself. Keep honoring your vision. Keep believing in what you know to be true, even when the evidence has not yet manifested in physical form. Because here is what happens when you do not stop. Here is what happens when you choose momentum over stagnation, when you choose trust over fear, when you choose consistent imperfect action over perfect inaction. The universe recognizes your commitment. The quantum field reorganizes around your intention. The timeline splits, and you find yourself walking a path that simply did not exist for people who gave up. Resources appear, people show up, opportunities materialize, synchronicities multiply, and not because you did everything right, but because you did one thing right. You kept going. You honored the cosmic contract you made on January 18th. You stayed true to the seeds you planted. You became the master builder that Capricorn energy asked you to become. And that comet, that beautiful celestial messenger reaching peak brightness today, it is not just illuminating your path forward, it is illuminating you. It is reflecting back to you the light you have always carried, the light that got dimmed by doubt and fear, and the weight of a world that does not understand the magnitude of what you are doing. But you are not building a life that this world understands. You are building a life that this world has never seen before, a life that exists at the intersection of cosmic consciousness and grounded action. A life that proves it is possible to be both spiritual and successful, both awakened and abundant, both surrendered to the divine and fiercely committed to your own agency. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, Not when the conditions are perfect. Right now. This is the moment when you decide whether you are truly ready for everything you have been asking for. Whether you are genuinely prepared to step into the timeline you have been praying for. Whether you are actually willing to become the person who lives the life you have been dreaming about. The momentum is building. The cosmic forces are aligned. The support is overwhelming. And the only question that remains is this: will you trust it enough to keep moving forward? I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light. We have been watching you build this momentum for 7 days, and we will continue to watch you as you carry it forward through the Pleiadian activation tomorrow, through the supermoon intensity on the 29th, through the Jupiter blessings on the 30th, and beyond. We see you, we honor you, we love you, and we are holding the frequency of your success until you can fully hold it for yourself. Keep going, beloved. The seedling has broken through the soil, the light is shining on your path, and the momentum you feel is not just building, it is becoming unstoppable. Do not stop now.